This segment is brought to you by ridiculously rude rhymes, purely pointless poetry, widgets of wisdom, and other worthless ramblings, by Guanilla Gazunk.
Jelly but Ginny and Jujubee and Benny were quite a remarkable pair. Jujubee and Benny had an IQ of 20 and Jelly but had no hair. They grew up together like birds of a feather. To see them apart was quite rare. No matter the weather they were always together, whatever they had they would share. So this is the story, in all of its glory, as far as I know to this date. Perchance you have seen them while out and about. A dunce with a bald-headed mate.
Millie Jo Jeter the kumquat eater, her teeth were stained and yellow. When she stuck out her tongue all the men they would run, so she never could catch her a fellow.
There once was a man with a smelly old bum, who would streak naked past the deli. One day on his way he tripped on a rock, and fell on his smelly old belly. There once was a man with a smelly old bum, who would skate in the nude like a nut. One day on his way he tripped on a rock, and fell flat on his smelly old butt.
Mistletoe Molly with holly in hand, stood in the doorway awaiting a man. She waited and waited, but never was kissed, so she sat in a chair and drank till she pissed.
Cindy McGuire sang in the choir, but always sang slightly off-key. Said old Mr. Treacher the piano teacher, "Dear Cindy, how can this be? You show up on time and practice just fine. Pray, what is the problem, dear?" "That's easy," she said. "I'm deaf in the head, you see. I cannot hear."
Cross-eyed Amanda, nobody could stand and why do you think this was true? While talking to you, she would stare at your friends, and while talking to them, stare at you.
Deadbeat Danny had no job, his children had no teeth, his wife had one eye missing, his brother was a thief. Deadbeat Danny had no money, because he had no job, the children had no food to eat, so all day long they'd sob. Deadbeat Danny had no choice. He sought his brother's aid, together they'd concoct a plan, his family he could save. They robbed an all-night liquor store and planned to split the dough. So Deadbeat Danny waited, but his brother didn't show. Poor old Deadbeat Danny, his children had no teeth, his wife had one eye missing, his brother was a thief.
Off to Nantucket to sit in a bucket and stick my big toe in the sand. I'll build a few castles and gather some shells, and catch a starfish in my hand.